Have you ever seen a piece of art or a really cool design or some new gadget and just thought, wow, I could never do that? Well, what if I told you that's not true? Today, we're going to totally flip that script. We're shifting our perspective from just being an audience member to seeing ourselves as the creators we already are. So, welcome. This is our explainer, all about the act of creating, and it's inspired by Nexford University's module on making connections. We're going to get right into what it really means to be creative. So you ready? Let's dive in. All right, this right here, this is the big one. This is the question that's going to drive everything we talk about today. Is creativity some kind of magic talent that only a few people are born with? Or is it something that anyone, and yeah, I mean anyone, including you, can actually learn and get better at? Let's find out. Okay, first things first. We have to get one major idea straight right from the get-go. The title, creator, that's not some exclusive club for a lucky few. No way. It's a truth. It's something that applies to every single one of us, right here, right now. Yep, you heard me right. Think about your day. Did you write an email, send a text with that perfect emoji, snap a photo on your phone, or maybe you just told a great story to a friend? Guess what? In all those moments, you were creating an artifact. You are putting something new into the world. You're already doing it. So, now that we're on the same page, that we're all creating stuff all the time, let's go ahead and bust some of the biggest myths about what creativity even is. It's time to get this idea out of the dusty, exclusive art studio and bring it right into our everyday lives. I love this quote. It really nails this perfect paradox, doesn't it? Creativity is as individual as it is universal. It means that, yeah, it's a fundamental human thing we all have. But the way it comes out of each of us, you could call it our creative fingerprint, is totally unique, shaped by everything we've ever been through. And this slide just lays it all out, plain and simple. The myth, the old way of thinking, is that creativity is this super rare gift. But the reality? It's a universal skill. It's the engine that powers everything from solving a tricky problem to inventing something new. And the best part? It's a skill that you can learn and use. And look, this isn't just some nice philosophical idea. This has real-world practical value. When we talk about creativity in the professional world, we're not talking about painting a masterpiece. We're talking about looking at a problem and seeing a new way to solve it. It's the heart of critical thinking. It's what drives innovation in a company. And honestly, it's one of the top skills employers are looking for right now. Okay, so if we're all creators, then where do the big ideas come from, right? We all have this image in our heads of inspiration striking like a bolt of lightning, this one big eureka moment. But the truth is actually way more interesting and, frankly, a lot more accessible to all of us. Here's the key takeaway. Inspiration isn't something that just randomly happens to you while you're sitting around waiting. No, it's an active process. You have to go out and get it. It comes from paying attention to the world, really engaging with new ideas, and thinking hard about how different things might connect. And here's a really cool term for this: divergent information. All it means is deliberately looking for information outside of your normal routine, outside your bubble. Think about it. A car designer studying architecture to get ideas for a new frame, or a chef diving into chemistry to invent a new dish. When you take that new, totally different information and mash it up with what you already know, that's where the magic happens. It's basically the real process behind that phrase, thinking outside the box. All right, so we've completely redefined what creativity is. We've figured out that inspiration is something you hunt for, not wait for. So I think it's time. Let's circle all the way back to that huge question we asked at the very beginning. The answer? It's as simple, powerful, and absolutely definitive. Yes, creativity can be learned. It's a skill you can practice and develop just like any other. End of story. And look, we're not just pulling this out of thin air. The evidence is solid. According to Stanford professor Tina Sillig, it's just like learning an instrument or getting better at a sport. It improves with practice. And get this, there's even physical proof. Our brains are literally hardwired for this stuff. It's an ability we're all born with, but just like a muscle, if you don't use it, you lose it. Okay, so we've established that you are a creator and that this is a skill you can grow. So now let's give you a really important tool for your toolkit. We're going to talk about how to look at things, stuff you make, stuff other people make, with a critical but constructive eye. This is probably the biggest mental shift you need to make right here. To critique something isn't just about saying, I like it or I hate it.
that's just an opinion. A real critique is a process. It's about deeply understanding what something is, what it's trying to say, and the world it was born into.
And guess what? There's a simple 4-step recipe for this. It's super straightforward. First, you describe what you see. No judgment, just the facts. Then you analyze it. How do all the pieces fit together? After that, you interpret it. What could it all mean? And all of that leads you to the final goal, genuine understanding. At the end of the day, using these skills gets you so much deeper than just the surface level. It stops being about what does it look like and starts being about why does it exist. You start to uncover all the reasons, the cultural, the historical, for why something was made and why it looks the exact way it does. So we've come full circle. But now everything looks different, right? You are a creator. That's a fact. You have the potential, you have the tools, and now you know for sure that creativity is a skill you can build. So the only question left is the really fun one. What are you going to make next?